Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today we are talking about Jesus Revolution, a new movie out in theaters right now. And in Jesus Revolution, it deals with this preacher who decides to help try and bring unity back to the country by allowing both hippies and traditionalists into his church. And this has a much wider impact than anyone had predicted. Okay, so first things first, Chuck Smith, who is the preacher in this film, you end up liking him a lot. He's played by Kelsey Grammer, and it has more to do with Kelsey Grammer being just this cool guy. Some of the traditionalists aren't exactly that keen to allow hippies into this church. And Chuck just literally just looks at them and goes, "There's the door." He does a lot of things in this film that make you just simply like the character. From my understanding, he was a lot like that in real life as well. However, I should also point out that he's not the main character. The main character is this hippie named Greg, played by Joel Courtney. The same Joel Courtney from Super 8. And Greg is also a very likable character. He's this troubled person, this person with a lot of issues in his personal life. And he ends up turning to this church simply because he just wants help. He wants help. Plain and simple. And there's a lot to like about this movie, even if you're not a religious person, because this is, of course, a religious movie. But there's a lot of character drama in the film. Conflict between characters, conflict between leading individuals in this movement, conflict between the movement and the media, conflict that develops a strong story. And yes, the story is just as strong as the message in the film. Whether you agree with the religious message they were saying or not, there is more than just that. However, I would like to point out that the movie's not perfect. Unfortunately, Jesus Revolution does have a really bad pacing problem. The movie's 2 hours long and it feels like 3. Now, granted, I was invested in the story they were telling, but it did feel longer than it should have felt. But beyond that, I can think of nitpicks, but not real issues with the movie itself. Like there are scenes in the movie that I didn't really understand why they were there. A few moments that I personally would have just simply done differently. But as it stands, the movie is a very strong movie that I personally enjoyed a lot. I'm gonna give Jesus Revolution an 8. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, the Badetsky will return.